Greetings, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to an episode of ForgeCraft 2. I think, for the time being, I have come to the conclusion that it might be the point to retire the coop. I've got projects left unfinished, but the server is in a state right now where I can't get block updates to function normally. There's a lot of things that have stopped working. My sorting system has become an entire mess. If I put anything new into it, it never shows up in here unless I go force a block update on the piping somewhere higher up. I made a whole bunch of BC robotic stuff and made a robot, put him on here, and I put this pipe here and connected it. And I actually had this gate here, and it says, if there's no redstone signal, then go to station. That should keep the drone locked here. I put the drone on here, and at some point, basically, I don't think this updated on the pipe, because the drone started hovering off that direction. It picked all of my crops, the robot, I should say. It picked all of my crops and then kept going into the grass down here. Now, I finally took off that gate, put it back on, reprogrammed it. That brought it back. The problem is, you can't actually get the robot back once it's on the docking station. Once you put a BC robot into the world, I don't know how to get it back. Wrenches don't work. I also tried my BC wrench that I have in storage. My BuildCraft wrench, that does not work. I cannot pick it back up. You cannot hit it with a pickaxe. Can't hit it with your fist. Nothing. So basically, the robot, as soon as it came back to the station and landed, I broke the docking station, and then it just kind of sank straight down into the ground. I did dig a trench pretty far down. I morphed back into human form to try and see if that would let me intercept it and block it. Didn't work. So we lost a robot, and those things are not cheap. This was supposed to be a self-sustaining charging station. But basically, because of the state of block updates, it's a real mess. And I'm going to show you an example. I've only got a few more of these left, so we're going to have to be a little careful. I don't think I need that on my bar right now. Actually, let's get that. It's not identified yet. We can identify it. So I'm going to weed that side, weed this side. We're going to put down these and these. I'm actually going to let's get some more of these just in case. So it should be that if I start watering this, we'll get seeds over here, carrots over here. Now, what ends up happening? See, at this point in time, this has been working. We're supposed to put 2 of these here, start watering, and we get seeds, carrot seeds specifically. Put some more on, and repeat. Several points while going through this, carrot seeds. Oh, wait a minute. No, I need to put cross sticks on. At several points, see, we get weeds. Now, here's the thing. Weeds are turned off in our configuration. I'm assuming it's the same set of configs we have here at the client that they have back on the server. But right now, according to what my local client says, and this is the version several weeks now, several versions, they turned off weeds right away. And because nobody likes them. But for some reason, they're not off. They're not actually off. They keep coming back. Problem number 2 is that periodically, these crops over here that are fully grown will suddenly regrow as a weed. Fully grown. Just boom, they'll suddenly transform into a weed. And, yeah, I can't fix that. I'm supposed to be getting sugarcane seeds doing this. Let's get some more cross crop. I had the idea of... Oh, wait a minute. Nope. Yeah, I keep getting carrot seeds. And I've been doing this for hours. I either get a carrot seed or I get weeds. I'm supposed to be getting sugarcane. I do have soil underneath it. I have a block of sand. I specifically made this setup. Let's see if we can... There. Block of sand. So right here, under this central block, I should be getting sugarcane seeds. Tried this for about 30 minutes, and during 30 minutes, I've never gotten anything other than carrot seeds. I haven't even gotten normal seeds. So I don't know what's going on. So problem number one is that I should be getting, I can't make sugarcane seeds for whatever reason. I tried clearing out the sand that's under this block and under this block and just putting dirt back. Didn't make a difference. I still keep getting carrot seeds over and over and over again. Then periodically, one or both of these will turn into weeds. That's problem number two. Problem number three, I had the idea of maybe going into resource crops. But because ForgeCraft has to be hardcore, they're turned off. Which is just a disappointment in the grand scheme of things. It's another gameplay style that people could get into. I don't see why we have to have them turned off. Why is mining forced? You know, with the pick or with quarrying or whatever. Even some of the better quarrying methods that I like aren't even in this pack. But that's not the biggest argument. You know, it's not. There's mods they will never use in this pack, and that's fine. But resource crops are turned off, so that project got killed. I can't get some of these other crops to actually create. Block updates are bugged across my entire farm. I lost a robot, so it's getting to the point to where I am losing more resources than I can keep up with, specifically because of this block update issue. And I don't know what's causing it. The farm is bugging out. The mob farm's bugging out pretty regularly. I will periodically leave the farm area and then come back to see that these are not lit like they're supposed to. There's no fire in them when I'm sitting here. So I have to go under the actual mob farm and then place a dirt block under each one to force a block update. Then suddenly they'll start spinning. Periodically the grinder will stop working and I have to actually make it start working again. That usually happens when I accidentally disconnect a power conduit going from here to there. And I reconnect it, but then it doesn't get the message, so I have to go update it. It's just a pain. Now, on the upside of things, I have upgraded over here. This is a bedrockium ingot, bedrockium drum now. I do have 65 million millibuckets. That is 65,000 barrels worth, or buckets worth of essence. That's a lot. That's way more than I will never need in the conceivable duration of a playthrough. As you can see, we're up to 316,000 or 316 buckets worth right now. We were at about 224 last time you visited. And it's going up steadily. This has been working. Let me think. Oh, I got this soulbound and auto smelt. That still. I have this on repeat. So I can make a disposable sword, enchant it, and then it'll just loop through. And every single time it loops through, the enchantments get pulled out of here. We've got a couple of last stands, a couple of protection 4s. Now we can actually get a soulbound 1 and an auto smelt. That'll be nice. So this system is working right over here. But a lot of this other stuff is very buggy because of this really weird issue that we've got on the server. Now, there seems to also be issue with some mod settings being ignored, and I don't know why. I don't know if it's because the server is running a different set of config files. Somebody forgot to update some things or what. We're just going to have to see. But yeah, for now, I think I'm going to put ForgeCraft 2 on pause. I expect that in 2 weeks, the server's going to get reset anyway. It's probably going to get reset over the first weekend in November. Maybe the very last weekend in October on Halloween. But I expect it's probably actually instead going to get reset the first weekend in November, which will be the 6th and 7th. And we'll probably see a reset, probably see a new pack, a new wave of mods coming in. I expect there's going to be a lot of stuff having to do with a lot of add-ons being tossed in to tie together AE2 and immersive engineering, stuff like that. We'll see. But yeah, I'll keep an eye on it. For right now, I am actually going to put the coop on hiatus. This does make me a little sad. I've got a lot of projects that I would love to do, but every single one of them ends up getting killed. my mana generation here got eliminated. And I just don't feel like making more mana generation if it's going to end up getting updated and killed in a couple of weeks or a couple of days. You know, I might put in some really clever system and then, you know, a video gets out by me or by some other bigger, more popular YouTuber, like, for example, Direwolf, and that attracts the attention and the Wrath of Ascii, and that method gets nerfed or removed. And not big on that. I don't like having my resources taken away from me like that forcibly. So Botania got kiboshed. Big chunks of agriculture are either buggy or turned off, which, meh. Wanted to get into bees, but bees are boring for television. And problem number 2 is I keep running across mutation issues where I get bees killed. They turn into genetic waste. So I'm having a hard enough time making bees. The fact that we can actually got a setting turned on in Gendustry, and it is a setting you can turn on or off, where ignoble bees have a chance of actually being turned into genetic waste. Again, I end up spinning my wheels and wasting a lot of time just coming up with one queen or a small number of ignobles, because this one biome that I settled in that's a forest is actually a desert, which just makes no darn sense to me. So there's been a lot of hurdles this season and a lot of setbacks, and I'm just going to put things on pause. I'm going to step away. I've tried to get big chunks of Funky Locomotion to work, but it doesn't. I can't. This should be working. I have this all configured. I have all of this set up to where this entire row is blocked off on this line of blocks. They should not touch. This should slide freely. These are all glued to this line of blocks, but that shouldn't matter. That should be fine. This line of blocks right here is all blocked off from this line, but I can't make it move. It won't budge. The only way I can make this whole thing move is to clear every single block around it, then it'll start moving. And I assume I'm hitting some kind of a maximum block limitation, but I can't really find a lot of documentation on how Funky Locomotion works. I'm seeing some clever videos and stuff, but there's no real hard numbers that I'm finding in lots of places. So this was another failed project. I'm going to come back to things. I'm hoping maybe next week I'll check in on the server and see if the weird block update issue has been tracked down and solved. But as far as I know, I don't think anybody's actually working on it. Most people have moved on to other things. There's already talk about resetting ForgeCraft 1 or ForgeCraft 3 that aren't being used right now for a new mod pack of some kind. And I don't even know what it is. I haven't heard of it before. So I think ForgeCraft 2 is pretty much dormant. I think it's gone quiet. Let me think. Soren and Direwolf step on and record semi-regularly, but that's a couple, 2 or 3 nights a week. They record in batches for the rest of the week. Rorak steps on periodically, and even then she's been sick lately, so she hasn't been on. I haven't seen Binomatic on in a long time. I haven't seen Hazard or anybody else, so I think it's gone quiet. I think we're hitting the dormancy period, and it's time to retire the farm. For now, I'm going to put things on hold. I'm going to find something else to actually fill the ForgeCraft 2 time slot. Maybe I'll mess around with Windows 10 edition of Minecraft Vanilla. Maybe I'll see if I can actually find some North America-based minigame servers that I can step on. We'll see. I will try and figure something out, though. In the meantime, I'll catch you folks later. Try and have a good Friday. Bye-bye.